who don't do this yogam, they naturally they will be stuck to this karma phala of this external karma, and you will be bonded. Sadoshamapi nachi sarva arambha hi doshena dhumena agni rivavrutaha. Every action, whether it is yogam or any other action, any karma, that will be like this, that is just like the smoke is covering the fire, like that in the 3rd chapter also, dhumene vrite vahni dhrumena vrite vahni yada darsho malena cha yadolbe naurte garbha tada tenedam aurtum. This ajnanam, this ignorance will be covering this jnanam, just like the dhumene vrite vahni, the smoke is covering the fire. Yada darsho malena cha, that means the dust will be covering the mirror. Yadolbe naurto garbha, just like the placenta is covering the fetus inside the mother's womb, like that the ignorance, the ajnanam, the illusion is covering the jnanam inside. So every action to start with will be having evil effect, and this dosham, that will be gradually burnt out, destroyed by doing yoga sadhana. That's why Paramatma is stressing sadoshamapi nachyajet. Even though it is with evil, don't stop it, you start doing. That's why in Paramatma, of course I will tell afterwards, sadoshamapi nachyajet asakti buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigasaspruhaha naishkarma siddhim paramam sanyasen adhigacchati. Asakti buddhi sarvatra, when the yogi is doing sadhana inside, but incidentally and coincidentally, if he does this external karma, he won't have any attachment to this external karma. He will be always detached. Asakta buddhi sarvatra, everywhere he will be detached. See, most of the people, even the avatara purushas, they will be doing loka kalyanam by asakta buddhi only, without being attached. With the detachment only, asakta buddhi sarvatra jitatma vigataspruhaha. Because a yogi will have conquered this mind by doing this yoga sadhana. So jitatma vigataspruhaha. When he is enjoying inside, he will be never longing to enjoy the external fruits of these actions. So vigataspruhaha, he will be never longing for them. So asakta buddhi sarvatra, being detached, jitatma, having controlled the mind, and vigataspruhaha, without longing for the desire, fruits of the desires. Naishkarma siddhim paramam sanyasen adhigacchati. Naishkarma siddhim paramam. See, Paramatma has added adjective, that is paramam. Naishkarma siddhis are of 2 types. Naishkarmya means without doing an action. That means actionless state is called Naishkarmya. Siddhi means getting fulfilled that fruit of that Naishkarmyam. So Naishkarmya is of 2 types. During sleep also, you don't do any action. You don't use your mind, and you don't do your senses. So all these at that stage during sleep also, that is also Naishkarma Siddhi, Naishkaryam. But Paramatma mentioned Naishkarma Siddhim Paramam. Paramam means, that is most subtle point of it, that is transcendental state of this Naishkarma Siddhi. In the 3rd chapter also, Paramatma told, na karmana manarambham naishkarmyam purushoshate nacha sanyasnadeva siddhim samadhigacchate. Only by starting action only you can go to the actionless state. Kriya ke paravastha mein rahna. Lord Lahiri Mahasaya is also told that kriya ke paravastha mein rahna. By doing action thoroughly, then only you will reach the actionless state. Paramatma already told that nakarmana manarambha naishkarmyam purushoshate nacha sanyasnadeva siddhim samadhigacchati. Without doing action, here action in the sense that karma, that is this yoga karma, by doing yoga karma, you will go to a state of actionless state. Aruruksher muner yogam karma karana muchyate yoga rudasya tasyaiva samah karana muchyate. When you reach that yoga state, that the final stage of yogam, yoga aruda state, then naturally you will stop that doing yogam because there is nothing to be achieved again. So that is called, that reaching of that yoga state is called Naishkarmya Siddhi. That is Naishkarmya Siddhim Paramam. That is Sanyasayana Adhigachyati. That is the final state of Sanyasa. Now here the Sanyasam and the Chagam, now they are merged. Both are one and the same now. Naishkarmya Siddhim Paramam Sanyasayana Adhigachyati. This is a yogi will behave like that. Now Paramatma now continuing Siddhim Praptam Yada Brahma Tadhapnoti Nibodhame Samasena Eva Kaunte Nishta Jnanasya Para. Now Paramatma is now condensing, he is telling the everything in these 5 slokas. The coming 5 slokas he is describing. If anybody follows, understands and follows these 5 slokas, he will get the salvation. What are they? I will tell you. But now Paramatma Siddhim Praptam Yadha Brahma Tadhapnoti Nivodhame Nishta Samasena Eva Kaunteya Nishta Jnanasya Para. I will tell you in brief. Till now I described in 17 chapters. Now within 5 slokas I am condensing, I am briefing all this essence of the 17 chapters by which you will get this profound knowledge and you will get this Brahman state. What are they? Buddhya Visuddhaya Yukto Drujyatmanam Niyamacha Shabdadin Yashams Chakva Ragadvesho Yadasacha Vivikta Sevi Lagvasi Yatavakaya Manasa Jnana Yoga Paronicham Vairagyam Saupasritaha Ahankaram Balam Darpam Kama Krodhancha Parigraham Vimucha Nirmamasyanto Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate Yata Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasokshatana Kanchati Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Magdhaktim Labhate Param Bhatyamam Abhijanati Yavan Yaschasya Tatataha Tato Mam Tatato Jnatva Visate Tadanantram. These are the 5 slokas, wonderful slokas of the entire Bhagavad Gita. This is the gist of entire Bhagavad Gita. Paramatma has condensed in these 5 slokas. That is, our Gurudev used to stress these 5 slokas. One should get by hearted and follow these 5 slokas. That is, Buddhya Visuddhaya Yukto Drutyatmanam Niyamyacha. Dhruti means firmness. Firmness of what? In the same chapter, Drutya Yaya Dharayate Manah Pranendri Kriya Yogena Avyabhicharena Dhutisapadha Satviki. In the previous part, Paramatma told that by doing this pranayama, by controlling the senses and mind and combining the minds and senses and getting firmness is called, that is called Satvika Dhuti. With that yogam only, Drutya Yaya Dharayate, one who gets this firm mind. Buddhya Visuddhaya Yukto, that means by doing this sadhana, his mind gets purified. When his mind gets purified, that can be called as, that will be called as Buddhi, that is intellect. Buddhya Visuddhaya Yukto Drutya Atmanam Niyamyacha. He is telling one by one. Shabdadin Vishyans Chakva. Shabdadin, that means Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasagandhas. All these 5 sensory objects. Vishyans Chakva. Ragadvesho Yadasacha. Ragam means attraction towards this material world. And Desho means hatred. Hatred. Those attraction and the hatred. So Ragadvesho Yadasacha. By discarding this Ragam, Desham and purifying, getting this Shabdadin Vyashams Chaktva, abandoning all these 5 sensory objects, Ragadvesho, this attraction and the hatred, and by purifying his mind with this Dhruti, Satvika Dhruti, by doing yoga sadhana. Now he is continuing. विविक्त सेवी लघ्वासी यतवाक्काय मानसः ध्यान योग परो नित्यम वैराग्यम समुपाश्रितः. विविक्त सेवी means solitude. When a yogi is doing sadhana, he should observe, he should go to a solitary place, that is observing solitary place. Here solitude means not simply going somewhere in the forest and doing sadhana in the caves. Not that. That solitude is something different. Always try to be away from this bad society. The bad society is called solitude. Ekamev advitiyam brahma yad guror vakyena nischyitam etad ekantamichuktam namatho navanantaram. In the Upanishad also it is clearly told that Ekamev advitiyam brahma, the Brahman only alone is singly existing. Yad guror vakyena nischyitam, one who decides and confounds by getting initiated from Guru and fulfilled with his sadhana. Etad ekantam iti uktam. That is called ekantam. That is called vivikta sevi. That is called solitude. That is called the ekantam. Ekad ekantam iti namatho navanantaram. You need not go to any distant places or forests or anything like that. But though they are final words, initially you have to observe the solitude. You have to observe the solitude. You have to observe the solitude. Vivikta sevi lakvasi. That means you have to take moderate diet. A yogi should always take moderate diet only. You should never take more diet or less diet. He should take moderate diet. Vivikta sevi lakvasi yatavakaya manasaha. By controlling the trikanas. Trikanas means that is vak. Yata vak kaya manasa. Vak means word, kaya means body, and manasa means thought. By having controlling these three trikanas, word, action and the mind, how? By doing the same sadhana. In Upanishads it is also told, Mag vagdando maunamattishtet. If you want to control the word, you have to you observe maunam, silence. Vagdando maunamattishtet. Kaya dandet tvabhojanam. If you want to control this body, you have to take less diet. Abhojanam means not simply stopping, but you have to take yuktahara viharasya. Like that you have to take moderate diet. Kaya dandet tvabhojanam. Manaseti krute dando pranayamo vidhiyate. If you want to control the mind, totally by doing pranayama only. So by doing pranayama, by observing diet and observing solitude, dhyana yoga paronityam, then only he will go to the state of continuous state of meditation. But without knowing the previous words, most of the people, because Lord Sri Krishna already told that you should do dhyanam paronityam regularly, continuously, let us sit quietly. It is not that. What Paramatma means is you do yoga sadhana and go to meditation. That is meditation here, nasti dhyanam ayoginaha. Without yogam, there is no dhyanam. Here, most of the people, I am not criticizing anybody, but most of the people are simply sitting in meditation. Meditation means, suppose if you sit quietly, naturally the vital functions will be minimized. They will be minimized. Your brain will be minimized, so that your thoughts will be minimized. But just by minimizing the thoughts, minimizing the vital functions, that doesn't mean that you are going to supreme state. That is only a subconscious state only. Most of the people, when I know so many people who are doing this meditation without doing anything, most of them, they are going to this heart blocks and blocks in the brain also, because there is no proper exercise. There is no proper exercise. Naturally, the blood circulation to the body will be hampered. So, one day or other, some people, not all, some people, they are succumbed for this blocks also. I know some people who did this meditation continuously, they undergone this bypass surgery. So in that sense, this bodily exercise or yoga asanas, they are much better than this meditation, much better than this meditation. So always try to do some amount of exercise, do movements of the all parts of the body, so that the blood circulation from the peripheral parts of the body, they will come to the heart and then into the brain by doing yoga sadhana. So here also jnana yoga parunityam vairagyam samupasritaha. You should always renunciation in the sense, when you are enjoying inside, naturally you will renounce outside. How Darvyasya yadhanasti sampannasya yadhamama brahmanande nimagnasya nishayasa natad bhaved. In Amrutbindu Upanishad it says, Dadryasa yadhanasti sampannasya yadhamama. When you are having sufficient riches, all these possessions, naturally you will never think of this poverty. Like that, when you are enjoying the Brahmanandam, that is eternal bliss, never naturally you will be renouncing the external world. Vairagyam samupasritaha. Ahankaram balam dharpam. The pride and strength, this animal strength, ahankaram balam dharpam. That's why this what you call ego, that pride, ego and covetousness, all these kind of ahankaram balam dharpam. Kama krodhancha parigraham. That means getting away. Kama means desire, krodha means anger. All these bad qualities, including this parigraham, that means aspiring possessions from others. Parigraham, that is already told in Ashtanga Yogas in the Yamam, that means ahimsa, satchamasteyam, brahmacharyam, aparigraha. That means vimuccha nirmamasyanto. By getting away of these, devoid of all these qualities, ahankaram, balam, dharpam, kamam, krodham, parigraham, by dividing all these qualities, vimuccha, that means getting away all these things. Nirmamasyanto, nirmama, mama means mine, I means aham, mine means mama. So mama means mine and aham means I. So I and mine. How? There are only two words. Depade bandhamokshaya nirmameti mameti cha. Mameti bhajyate jantu nirmameti vimuchyate. If you say that I am and mine, that is bonding. And if you get rid of this mama, that is nirmama, nirmameti vimuchyate. How can it is easy to say, but nirmama means you are not the body. You are not the mind, you are not the other pancha koshas, you are not the three dehas, you are nothing but the Atman itself, that is dwelling in the Turiyam. So all these will come under Nimuccha Nirmama Shanto, ultimately will get peace of mind. Brahma Bhuyai Kalpate, mind you, this is only a minimum qualification of a seeker. All these qualities told now, they are the minimum qualities. By doing yoga sadhana, observing diet principles, observing solitude and other avoiding all these rajoguna qualities, and ultimately Brahmabhuta Prasanna Atma Naso Chetanama Nakanchati Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Mabhaktim Labhate Param. Here, this is the real meaning of bhakti. Real meaning of bhakti. See, bhakti means not simply lighting this agarabatti or doing some external pujas, but real meaning of bhakti is Brahmabhuta Prasannatma Nasochati Nakanchati Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. This is the meaning. After doing sadhana without grieving or desiring anything, he will see that Atman everywhere, in every being. Samam Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Param. When one who sees this Atman everywhere, then only he will be called as a Bhakta. Bhakta. In the Ishavasya Upanishad, it is told like this. Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani. आत्माभूत विजानताः तत्र कासोक एकत्वम् अनुपश्यतः. ईशावास्योपनिषत् it says यस्मिन् सर्वाणि भूतानि आत्माभूत विजानतः. One who sees that that Atman is everywhere, in every being, and sees single entity, that is Advaitam state. One who sees that tatra kasoka kamoha ekatvam anupashyataha. When seeing the single entity, where is the question of getting this sokam, that is grief, and moham, that is delusion. So Advaita, reaching Advaita state, then only that will be called as a bhakti. Rest of the bhaktis are bahya bhaktis only. The final stage of bhakti is sampurna saranagati, that is sarvasya saranagati, that is complete surrendering. That ultimate stage of this bhakti is called surrendering. Surrendering is not so easy. Most of the people who are inefficient, they say that I am surrendering. That is only surrendering due to your inefficiency. But surrendering means you should be efficient and surrender to God. You should have sufficient energy, and that energy should be surrendered to God. That is sampurna sarvasya saranagati. That is called bhakti. That is told in Viveka Chodamani Adi Shankaracharya, Swaswarupānusandhānam bhaktirichabhidiyate. Seeing his own self, that is called bhakti. So, Brahmabhuta Prasannatma, after have the basic qualities of this Brahman nature, and no nasochati nakanchati, who doesn't grieve and doesn't desire anything, samam sarveshu bhuteshu mabdhaktim labhate param. This param bhakti, that is the ananya bhakti. So, this ananya bhakti, not worshipping outside, one he worships Paramatman inside only, by doing inside sadhana, that is yogam, that is called bhakti. After that, the final state is bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattataha tato mam tattodo jnatva visate tadanantaram. This is the final state of a bhakta yogi, a seeker. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. After getting this final bhakti, Swaswarupāna Sandhānam, that means the Ekanta bhakti, that is the final stage of this bhakti, internal bhakti, who has reached this Advaita state. Here Advaita means not totally, merged totally, but there is he has reached the state of this third step, that is Salokyam, Samipyam, Salokyam and Sarupyam. He has got to the third state of Sarupyam. Himself and whatever the nature he is seeing outside, they are equal. Both outside and inside they are equal. That is called Sarupyam. That Sarupyam state is now Paramatma is telling. After that he will get the Sayajya state. He will be finally merged in that Atman. That is what Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasim tattataha. After getting the state, final state of bhakti, he will come to the state of jnanam. Now he will come to the state of jnanam. What is that jnanam? Yavan yaschasi tattataha. Who am I? What am I? Who am I? What am I? I am Paramatman. How the Paramatma is there? How the how and what? Who am I and what am I? Like that. Bhakyamam abhijanati yavan yascha asmi tattataha. He who knows the fact of my nature, then only tato mam tattato jnata. After getting this conclusion, after getting clear of his nature of this Paramatma, then he will enter inside. Where he will enter, he will become that. Not entering somewhere, he will become that. That means he will ultimately reach the final state of Brahman. That is the ultimate step of this sadhana. So by means of these 5 slokas, Paramatma condensed, and one who wants to get salvation, he should adopt all these qualities of these 5 slokas. Then only he will reach that abode of that salvation. So, Bhakyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasi tattataha tato mam tattato jnatva visate tad anantaram. Afterwards he will enter into the sign inside means he will become that. That means in Vedanta Panchadasi it already told Vikshepo yasya nasya tasya brahmavittam namanyate brahmaivaya miti prahu monayah paradarsanaha. One who abandons this Vikshepa Shakti, which is the qualification of the Rajogunam, yasya tasya brahmavittam namanyate, he will never be called as Brahmavetta, Brahma eva. Brahmaivaya miti prahu monaya paradarsana. Already the great people who have already reached this salvation, they have declared that this person will never be called as Brahmavetta, he will become Brahmayeva. Like that, visate tadanantaram. Sada karmani. Sada karmani. Sarva matprasada. Sarva karmani sada kurvano matprasada tarishyati matprasada param shantim shashitam padamavyam. Now, after observing all these qualities and doing sadhana, Paramatma again is concluding sarva karmani sarva karmani matpado sarva karmani matpadapnoti karmanam matprasadam param satyam paramavyayam. That means ultimately we will get this permanent state of this bliss by getting my grace. Now Paramatma has now starting telling his grace. First thing he started telling his grace. Who will get this grace? By doing sadhana previously. By doing sadhana only he will get the grace. Mat prasada avapnoti. By means of my grace only, Shashitam Padamavyayam, he will get the permanent state of that salvation. Sada karmani, sada kurvanu mat prabhat adavapnoti Shashitam Padamavyayam, he will that. Now, our Gurudev used to tell this sloka, very, very important. Chetasa sarva karmani, maisanyasya matparaha, buddhiyogam upasritya macchitta satatam bhava. This is the very, very, very important of the entire Bhagavad Gita. Please understand this, underline this. This is why, because in the second chapter, today we are going to tell about this in Gita Parayanamu, Yashate, Avita Sanke, Buddhi Yoge, Temasunu, Buddhi Yogam. That means that yogam which evolves this practical spiritual knowledge, that is called Buddhi Yoga. Now Paramatma is concluding. Out of all these 5 slokas mentioned earlier, now he has condensed all these 5 slokas into one sloka, that is the Chetasa Sarvakarmani, Mai Sanyasa Matparaha. Chetasa Sarvakarmani, Mai Sanyasa Matparaha. That means renouncing all karma phalas in the mind. Sarvakarmani Manasa Sanyasaste Sukhamvasi Navadvare Pure Dehi Naiva Kurvan Nakari. In the 5th chapter also told that you have to renounce the karma phalas inside. Manasa sanyasasti, renouncing inside mind. Chetasa sarvakarmani mai sanyasya matparaha. By taking refuge in me, refuge in the sense surrendering to me, refuge in the sense not R-E-F-U-S-E, but R-E-F-U-G-E. G-E means refuge, means surrendering. So taking refuge in me, surrendering matparaha means taking refuge in me. Chetasa sarvakarmani mai sanyasya matparaha, renouncing everything and taking refuge in me. By what? Buddhi yogam upasritya macchitta satatam bhava. You please understand word by word. Buddhi yogam upasritya, by resorting to this buddhi yogam, macchitta, keeping your mind in me, satatam bhava, you keep your mind always. Always. How do you keep your mind always? Buddhi yogam upasritya, by doing yoga sadhana. Buddhi yogam. Buddhi yoga means already told, that is Buddhadhi, the buddhi, intellect of the great people is called buddhi. That effort to do that, to get that buddhi is called buddhi yogam. That is told in Brahma Gita. Brahma Gita, pranapano nishche buddhya hrudiridva chitva sarvaya samsyabbardham vishodhan. One who combines these prana and apana. One who combines these prana and apana by what? By doing pranayama. So by doing pranayama only, he will get the buddhi. That effort is called buddhi yogam. That's why buddhi yogam upasricha. By doing yoga sadhana, only you can keep your mind always. That's why in the 6th chapter, tasma sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjana. You should do yoga sadhana always. Don't think that I have reached somewhere, I have reached this final state, I need not do yogam. That is only for those persons who have crossed over this body sense, already reached the Turi state, then only they don't know that they have stopped the yogam. They have already reached the final state. Those people only can stop yogam, but until then you have to buddhi yogam upasricha macchitta satatam bhava macchitta sarva karmani matprasada tarishyati. Now he is continuing. So the entire essence of Bhagavad Gita is you do pranayama, keep your mind and always, and you can renounce all these fruits of the karma, and you can do your external karma outside. This is the a must for any seeker, whether he is a householder or anybody. He has to observe all these things. Macchitta sarva durgani matprasada tarishyasi yadachet adachet tvahankarat nasoshasi vinanchasi. Now Paramatma is cursing. Cursing in that he is giving warning to the seeker also. He is giving warning to the seeker. Politely and telling this thing. Macchitta sarva durgani matprasada tarishyasi. By means of my grace only. By my grace means by doing yoga sadhana inside, then only you will get grace. Macchitta sarva durgani. All the obstacles. That means when you reach such a stage of sadhana, naturally the obstacles will be destroyed by the grace of God inside. Macchitta sarva durgani. All these obstacles will be destroyed. Matprasada tarishyasi. By means of my grace only, you will transcend all these obstacles. Adhachet tvam ahankar